Hey, what's going on, everybody? How are you today? How you doing? Really, how you doing? How's your marriage going? This is the Marriage Minute, the minute for your marriage with Rod Harrison. I am Rod Harrison. Hey, the question keeps coming up when I'm talking to men as I'm working with couples, and it is, even if not these exact words, it does come out ultimately as, what does she want from me? What does she want? Men seem to be confused and unclear, uncertain, and they just don't know what their wives want. And so I ask women, what do you want from your husband? I talk to my wife Sherry. We've been married for 32 years, love her to death. She's something amazing. I'm like, hey, what makes this marriage tick? What makes us work? What do you get when you get happy about our marriage? What's going on? And she has given me some amazing feedback. We're going to come to that in just a minute, so stay tuned as we talk about what do wives want from their husbands. All right, today we're talking about what wives want from their husbands. Before we get into the meat of what we're going to talk about today, maybe you want to get a notepad. You might want to write these things down. I create this content just for you. I love sharing insights that'll help you, that'll grow your marriage, that'll get you out of the mud, out of the stuck place, out of the dark place sometimes. So whatever you do, make sure that you subscribe to this channel, that you share this channel, maybe listen to some of these or watch some of these videos with some friends. But it's my honor, it's my absolute honor to share these things with you. And I would be honored if you would like, subscribe, share. And I want you to grab my free marriage checklist, my happy marriage checklist. It's kind of a workshop checklist, but I'll give you 6 insights, not 3, it's 6 insights as to what makes for a really happy marriage. You're going to be surprised when you discover that it's not all of the sort of overly simplistic things that you've heard, right? If we just have a date night, all those kind of things. If we just talk to each other better, sometimes we call communication the key, and it is, but what kind of communication? So in this happy marriage workshop / checklist, the link is right down there in the notes. In this workshop / checklist, you're going to get 6 of the key things that I take couples through in every coaching environment that I lead. And so I want to give that to you. All right, so let's get ready to get into this whole message, this whole teaching, if you will, about what wives want from their husbands. Are you ready? All right, so wives, you're probably thinking, I hope he gets this right. Husbands are like, please tell me something. All right, here it is. The first thing that I've heard consistently that wives want from their husbands is they want you to be emotionally available to them. Emotionally available. I think that's a huge and loaded term, loaded in all the best ways, right? It's a good loaded term. What does it mean to be emotionally available to your wife? Well, let me say it this way. Wives are describing their husbands as being unavailable emotionally, disconnected emotionally, not aware of me emotionally. That's what wives are describing oftentimes. So I'll hear things like this, he's watching football or basketball all the time. He's working all the time, right? Not that she's not working sometimes or often, maybe in her own career, maybe working to care for the kids at home, shuttling them, all of those things, right? But it's sort of the busyness that makes her feel like you, gentlemen, may not be available to her emotionally. They talk about my husband, he gets off work and he goes out and hangs with the guys, or he comes home and he just, he sits on the back patio, smoking cigars, drinking beer, or drinking, a glass of wine or whatever. But you're not emotionally available. What does it mean to be emotionally available to your wife? Let me give you some clues, some tips here. To be emotionally available means that you are there to hear what's going on in her world. You're there to hear. You're there to understand what she is dealing with. Not to fix it, not to solve the problem. If you can, if she wants you to fix it, sure. But emotionally available means that you are tuned in to her joys, to her fears, to her concerns. You're tuned in. And it's, we're not going like, oh my God, here we go again. Right? What is that? Why can't you just figure this out? Why can't you just move on? All right, here's what you just need to do. It means being there. It means being a listening partner. It means being an empathic partner, right? Oh, that must really be tough for you today. How can I support you emotionally? Like, a lot of this is men learning how to convey our emotions to them. Because a lot of times they don't know what's going on with us. And they don't know what we're thinking, what we're feeling, where our minds are. So they want that connection. They want to be able to dialogue regularly. They want to know how was your day? They want you to ask, how was your day? Tell me all about your day. Like, take an interest in her is really what emotional availability is all about, right? Not just sort of the rudiments of the day and, what happened? Did you see the news? Did you hear the weather? What time we eating? What time we got to pick up the kids, right? Like an interest, a connected interest in the person. Hey, I like your hair. What did you do? What did you do differently? Right? Did you notice her? That's really what she's saying. Emotionally available to her. That's what women want. They want to feel connected, and emotional availability is the key. Now, this is how I know we're on track when we talk about these things, because I asked my wife, I said, like, what do what makes us tick? And she began to lay out some things to me. She's like, hey, we're connected. We talk. You spend time with me. Like, hey, I don't always get it right, but those are the things that seem to really register with her. I was working with a couple recently, and I was sharing some of these very things, and they looked at me almost like, really? Like, who does that? Like, who has a relationship like that? Is that really possible? And I'm telling you, it is. I was talking with a young man, I think he's probably 30, 31, the other day. I said, hey man, when are you guys getting married? Like, I see you guys have been together for a while. What are your plans? What are your thoughts? I was just curious. He said, I'm trying to heal in my life first, and I want to learn how to be, yes, this was his phrase, I want to learn how to be emotionally available. Here's a 31-year-old talking about being emotionally available. I was like, we're on to something. All right. Is that making sense to you? So that's the first thing, being emotionally available. Here's the next thing women want. They want to be caressed and touched. All right. Like, I know, I see all the dudes like, yeah, of course. Like, what's wrong with that? Yeah, we're not talking about sexual touch, because so often we think it's sexual touch, but to be caressed gently, to be held, to be touched. Now, there are cases when some women don't want to be touched or held, oftentimes when there's been trauma around sexual abuse. So she might be reluctant to receive touch. And it's not always just the women who want that touch. I was speaking at a conference recently, and we're talking about the power of touch and what it does to our brains, what it does to lower our anxiety when it's good, gentle, loving, dependable touch, just right touch. He said, I wish my wife would touch me. He said, she won't touch me. I don't, and I'm lonely and I'm afraid. And this guy was a leader in ministry, and it made me afraid for him because he was crying out for touch. But that's what women are saying that they want. All right, ladies, shout out in the comments, please. Tell me if we're on track with these things so far, right? Share your feedback, like gentle, caressing touch that is meaningful, that's connecting. I've been working with couples for a long time, and I ask couples this question often, like, hey, are you a touchy-feely couple? Like, do y'all touch? Do you, like, what's up? One couple said to me recently, they're like, nah, we're not really touchy like that. I was like, hold up, you got 3 children? Like, how does that happen? You have 3 kids, there's no touch. And here's what they were saying. We have sex, but we don't have gentle, tender touch throughout the day. Like a back rub, grabbing of the hand, stroking of the neck, rubbing of the head, right? The shoulders, right? Like we don't touch like that. Let me tell you something, man. Your wife longs to be touched by you. Like in a way that says you're emotionally available, in a way that says you care about her, in a way that says to her, hey, you're beautiful to me. I just want to be connected to you. Oh my goodness, I'm giving you some good stuff today. I know it, right? You getting this? All right, so she says, in many cases, right, I want to be caressed, touched, held, and it not just be sexual. Let me give you a couple more things here that'll be helpful. One, the second, I guess, the third, this is the third thing. It is she wants to be wanted relationally. She wants to be wanted relationally. She wants to be desired. She wants to feel like you want her more than you want your livelihood, right? Want your livelihood, pursue your career, absolutely. You know, that there's a lot of satisfaction that we get from that, all of us, right? But she wants to know that you really want her. One wife said to me recently, a couple that I've been working with, she said, I don't feel like he even really wants me. I feel like I'm the wife who he just knew would be here, but I'm not the one that he really wanted. Oh, heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. Let me tell you something, men. She wants to be wanted. She wants to feel desired. She wants to know that you desire her, that she means something to you. And if you're at a place where you're like, yeah, I'm just busy, or, things are not going great, so I don't really desire her like I used to, like, bro, get yourself together, right? Because the grass is not greener on the other side of the street. I'm just telling you, I can say that right here, right? It's not greener somewhere else. Let her know that you desire her, that you want her. And sometimes you have to say that and speak that until you feel it. But if you keep waiting until you feel it before you say it and convey it, then you will miss the boat. But she needs to feel desired. She needs to feel wanted. Simple things like schedule the date. Schedule the date. Hey, I scheduled something for us. We're going to go to the museum and look at some art, or we're going to go and grab dinner at this amazing restaurant. Hey, let's take a trip for the weekend, right? Make her feel desired, because women want to feel wanted. They want to feel, and this is similar to desired, they want to feel pursued. Like, she wants to feel not only wanted, she wants to feel like you're doing everything to get her. Just like you did before you had her. Oh, come on now. Like you did before you had her. You pursued her, right? You dated her. You called her. You moved things off your schedule so that you could get to her and be with her, and she was on your mind. What happened? Is that a fair question? Like, what happened? What happened to make you stop pursuing her, running after her? Listen, women love feeling pursued by somebody they love. And if somebody who doesn't know them and doesn't love them is pursuing them more than the person they married, we're going to have challenges. You follow what I'm saying? Pursue her. And let me tell you something, man. Here's what I've learned. when you pursue your wife, when you connect with her relationally, when you caress her and touch her gently, when you make her the priority because you're emotionally available, when you do those things, she responds. Now, it may not be overnight. If you've had troubles, struggles, dark places in your marriage, it may not happen overnight, but consistency with these things that she wants from you, she desires from you, she needs from you, when you deliver on those consistently, watch the ice start to melt. Hey, I hope this was extraordinarily helpful for you today. It's been my joy to share this with you. What is it that women want? What do they want? We said 4 things. Let me give you them in summary. We said that she wants to feel like you're emotionally available. You're emotionally available. She wants touch, caressing, right? She wants to feel wanted relationally, and she actually wants to be pursued as a prize to you. All right. Hey, I'm going to wind it down right here, but we've talked about my free workshop. I want you to get it. It's a download. It's yours. Like, share, subscribe if these videos are helpful. I really want to add value to you. That's my whole reason for doing these videos. And if I can help your marriage in any way, that would be my great, great honor through these videos. But let me also tell you about our Dream Marriage coaching program. We do 2 kinds of coaching at Dream Marriage. One is group coaching for couples. The other is private concierge coaching for high impact couples. Sometimes people want a private experience. Sometimes people want a group experience. But at either setting, you get focused attention on your marriage, and what you focus on, you get. Hey, I'm Rod Harrison. I'm glad we were here together today, and I'm really hopeful that this was a value to you. Thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next video.